karma, even though they always feel right. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that hits close to home for many of us. Why narcissists are so afraid of karma. If you've ever dealt with a narcissist, you know how their inflated sense of self-importance and manipulative tactics can leave a trail of emotional turmoil. But beneath that seemingly invincible exterior lies a profound fear of retribution and facing the consequences of their actions. In this video, we'll explore the psychological, social, and existential reasons behind this fear. We'll uncover how their fragile self-esteem, lack of empathy, and deep need for control make the concept of karma especially terrifying for them. Plus, we'll look at the social isolation and existential dread that come into play. By understanding this fear, we can gain valuable insights into the complex psyche of narcissists and the importance of accountability and ethical behavior. So, stick around to learn more about the hidden fears of narcissists and how the universal principle of karma can impact their lives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the human psyche. Let's get started. Narcissism, a personality trait characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others, often leaves a path of emotional and psychological destruction in its wake. At first glance, narcissists seem invincible, with their grandiose self-image and manipulative tactics. However, beneath this facade lies a profound fear of karma. This fear of retribution and the eventual consequences of their actions can haunt many narcissists. This article explores why narcissists are so afraid of karma, examining the psychological, social, and existential dimensions of this fear. 1. The concept of karma. Karma, a central concept in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, refers to the idea that one's actions, whether good or bad, will eventually return to affect them. It's akin to the spiritual law of cause and effect, suggesting that the universe maintains a balance and ensures that justice is served. Even if narcissists do not explicitly believe in karma, the universal principle of actions having consequences can create significant anxiety for those who habitually engage in unethical or harmful behavior. 2. Psychological vulnerability. Despite their outward confidence and bravado, narcissists are often deeply insecure individuals. Their grandiosity and constant need for validation are rooted in a fragile self-esteem. This fragile self-concept makes the idea of karma particularly frightening. The notion that their harmful actions could come back to haunt them threatens their carefully constructed self-image. This fear is exacerbated by their inability to handle criticism or failure, which are perceived as direct assaults on their worth. Narcissists invest significant effort in maintaining a facade of superiority and perfection. They rely on external validation to sustain their self-worth. Any threat to this facade, such as the possibility of facing the consequences of their actions, can cause profound anxiety. The concept of karma, which implies that they cannot escape the repercussions of their behavior, undermines their sense of control and invincibility. 3. Lack of empathy and guilt. Narcissists are notorious for their lack of empathy. They often view others as mere tools to be used for their own gain, rather than as individuals with their own feelings and rights. This detachment allows them to engage in manipulative and deceitful behavior without feeling remorse. However, the absence of empathy does not mean they are immune to guilt or fear of retribution. Deep down, many narcissists are aware that their actions are morally wrong. The concept of karma serves as a reminder of this wrongdoing, sparking anxiety and fear of eventual payback. Moreover, Narcissists may experience guilt on a subconscious level. While they may not express or acknowledge it, this guilt can manifest as anxiety and fear. The idea of karma, which implies that they will eventually face the consequences of their actions, brings this buried guilt to the surface, intensifying their fear. 4. Fear of losing control. Control is a central theme in the life of a narcissist. They meticulously orchestrate their environment and the people in it to maintain their superiority and self-image. Karma, however, represents an uncontrollable force. The idea that they might one day face consequences they cannot manipulate or avoid is terrifying. This loss of control is antithetical to their very nature, causing significant psychological distress. Narcissists thrive on manipulating others and controlling their environment to maintain their sense of power. The concept of karma, which suggests that they are not in complete control and that their actions will eventually have consequences beyond their manipulation, is deeply unsettling. This fear of losing control can lead to increased anxiety and paranoia, as they constantly worry about the potential fallout from their behavior. 5. Social consequences and isolation. Narcissists often burn bridges and alienate those around them. Their manipulative tactics and lack of genuine connection lead to a cycle of broken relationships and social isolation. Over time, as their pool of potential admirers dwindles, they become more vulnerable to social consequences. The fear of karma is, in part, a fear of this increasing isolation and the realization that they may be left alone to face the repercussions of their actions without any support. As narcissists continue to exploit and manipulate others, they inevitably drive people away. This social isolation can exacerbate their fear of karma, as they recognize that they will have fewer allies and supporters when the consequences of their actions catch up with them. The prospect of facing retribution alone, without the support of others, can be a significant source of anxiety. 6. Existential dread. Beyond the psychological and social dimensions, narcissists may also experience existential dread. This dread is tied to the fear that their life of deceit and manipulation is ultimately meaningless and will lead to negative consequences. The concept of karma taps into this existential fear, suggesting that their actions will have lasting impacts beyond their immediate control. For a narcissist, whose self-worth is tied to their perceived superiority and success, this existential threat is particularly potent. Existential dread involves a deep-seated fear of insignificance and the possibility that one's life has no meaningful impact. For narcissists, who derive their sense of self-worth from their grandiose self-image and external validation, the idea that their actions might lead to negative consequences challenges their belief in their own importance. This existential fear can lead to a profound sense of anxiety and dread. 7. Cognitive dissonance. Narcissists often engage in cognitive dissonance to reconcile their self-image with their actions. They may rationalize their behavior, blame others, or create elaborate justifications to avoid facing the truth about their unethical actions. However, the concept of karma disrupts this cognitive dissonance by presenting an inescapable truth. Actions have consequences. This disruption forces narcissists to confront the disparity between their self-perception and reality, creating intense psychological discomfort. Cognitive dissonance occurs when there is a conflict between one's beliefs and actions. Narcissists are experts at rationalizing their behavior to maintain their self-image. However, the idea of karma introduces a conflicting belief that they cannot easily dismiss. This internal conflict can lead to increased anxiety and fear as they struggle to reconcile their actions with the inevitable consequences. 8. Fear of exposure. Many narcissists go to great lengths to maintain their facade. They fear exposure because it threatens to reveal their true nature to the world. Karma, as a concept, symbolizes the inevitable exposure of their actions and character. The fear that their manipulations, lies, and harmful behaviors will eventually be uncovered and judged is a significant source of anxiety. This fear is compounded by the potential loss of status, admiration, and power that such exposure would bring. Narcissists invest significant effort in creating and maintaining a persona that projects superiority and invulnerability. The idea of karma, which implies that their true nature will eventually be revealed and judged, threatens this carefully constructed facade. The fear of exposure can lead to increased paranoia and anxiety, as they worry about the potential fallout from their actions being uncovered. 9. Impact on mental health. The fear of karma can have profound effects on a narcissist's mental health. Chronic anxiety, paranoia, and even depression can result from the constant worry that their actions will catch up with them. This mental toll can exacerbate their narcissistic tendencies, leading to a vicious cycle of increasingly desperate attempts to maintain control and avoid consequences. Over time, this can lead to a breakdown in their mental health, further isolating them from others and increasing their fear of retribution. The constant fear of facing the consequences of their actions can lead to chronic stress and anxiety, which can have a detrimental impact on a narcissist's mental health. This ongoing anxiety can exacerbate their narcissistic tendencies, leading to increased manipulation and control-seeking behavior. Over time, this can create a vicious cycle of anxiety and manipulation, further isolating the narcissist and increasing their fear of karma. 10. Narcissistic defense mechanisms. Narcissists employ a variety of defense mechanisms to protect their fragile self-esteem and avoid facing the consequences of their actions. These defense mechanisms can include denial, projection, and rationalization. However, the concept of karma challenges these defense mechanisms by presenting an unavoidable truth: actions have consequences. This challenge to their defense mechanisms can lead to increased anxiety and fear. Denial involves refusing to acknowledge reality, while projection involves attributing one's own undesirable traits or actions to others. Rationalization involves creating logical but false explanations for one's behavior. The idea of karma, which suggests that one's actions will eventually lead to consequences, challenges these defense mechanisms by presenting an inescapable truth. This challenge can lead to increased anxiety and fear, as narcissists struggle to maintain their self-image in the face of inevitable consequences. 11. Strategies to cope with fear of karma. To cope with their fear of karma, narcissists may employ various strategies, including increased manipulation and control-seeking behavior. They may also seek validation and admiration from others to bolster their self-esteem and distract themselves from their fear. However, these strategies are ultimately ineffective, as they do not address the underlying fear of facing the consequences of their actions. Increased manipulation and control-seeking behavior can create a temporary sense of security for narcissists, but it does not address the underlying fear of karma. Seeking validation and admiration from others can provide temporary relief, but it does not address the root cause of their fear. Ultimately, these strategies are ineffective, as they do not address the underlying fear of facing the consequences of their actions. 12. Conclusion. Narcissists' fear of karma is multifaceted, stemming from their psychological vulnerabilities, lack of empathy, need for control, social isolation, existential dread, cognitive dissonance, fear of exposure, and the impact on their mental health. Despite their outward appearance of invincibility, Narcissists are deeply afraid of facing the consequences of their actions. This fear serves as a reminder that no one, not even those who seem impervious to guilt or remorse, can escape the universal principle that actions have consequences. Understanding this fear can provide valuable insights into the complex psyche of narcissists and highlight the importance of accountability and ethical behavior in all aspects of life. By examining the reasons behind narcissists' fear of karma, we can gain a deeper understanding of their behavior and motivations. This understanding can help us develop more effective strategies for dealing with narcissists and promoting accountability and ethical behavior in our interactions with them. Ultimately, recognizing the fear of karma as a driving force in narcissistic behavior can help us create healthier and more empathetic relationships, both personally and professionally. Thanks for watching. Remember, understanding the complexities of narcissism can help us navigate relationships more effectively. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time. Don't forget to check out our other videos on mental health and relationships, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps us create content that matters to you. Stay tuned for more, and until then, take care and stay informed. If you've ever tangled with a narcissist, you know the uphill battle they present. These crafty individuals possess a knack for bending others to their will, leaving a trail of hurt in their wake. But fret not, for there are ways to make them rue the day they crossed you. It might not be as Herculean as it seems, but it does demand some strategic finesse. So, without further ado, here are 10 potent methods to ensure a narcissist truly regrets their actions. First and foremost, grasp the chance to thrive in a world free from their toxic grasp. To elicit genuine remorse from a narcissist, start by embracing a life that flourishes sans their influence. Surround yourself with those who authentically care, who see you for who you are and uplift your journey. Remember, you're the star of your own story, not a supporting role in their drama. Cast off any lingering guilt and immerse yourself in soul-nourishing pursuits. Venture on escapades with kindred spirits, bask in nature's embrace, indulge in films that spark your imagination. Embrace the truth. You're deserving of so much more than they could ever provide. Joy, fulfillment, liberation. Take a deep breath and let this revelation propel you towards a life untethered from their shadow. Next, endeavor to ascend to a higher plane of existence, one that eclipses their shallow facade. Narcissists are adept at donning masks of benevolence while concealing their selfish, manipulative nature. They spare no expense in pursuit of their selfish desires, heedless of the collateral damage left in their wake. If your aim is to instill regret in them, strive to surpass them in every aspect. Tap into your reservoir of resilience and transcend their toxicity by embodying kindness, empathy, and genuine concern for others. Through unwavering commitment to these virtues, you diminish their power, laying bare their true insignificance. Remember, perfection may be unattainable, but focus instead on the strides you've made, emerging stronger and wiser from the crucible of their influence. The third invaluable pointer revolves around unapologetically asserting yourself. When aiming to prompt a narcissist to rue their actions, asserting your boundaries takes precedence. Narcissists thrive on domination and control, so when you assert your autonomy, it disrupts their power dynamic. Beware of their manipulative ploys, crafted to gaslight you into believing that you are at fault while they play the victim. Stay vigilant and refuse to be ensnared in their web of deceit. If someone consistently diminishes your worth or subjects you to ridicule, it's time for a paradigm shift. Refuse to tolerate mistreatment simply, because they struggle to find others willing to endure their reprehensible behavior. If someone lacks respect and compassion, they forfeit any claim to your loyalty or companionship. Moving on to the fourth fundamental principle, radiate self-assurance and independence. To evoke genuine remorse in a narcissist, unwavering self-belief is key. When you exude confidence, it becomes arduous for others to undermine your self-worth. This doesn't entail arrogance, but rather steadfast self-assurance that renders their attempts to diminish you futile. Their futile efforts will leave them grappling with regret for the harm they've caused. Furthermore, nurturing self-sufficiency and refusing to depend on others for validation or happiness is crucial. Narcissists employ deceitful tactics to convince you of your reliance on them. However, in reality, you are a self-contained entity capable of finding fulfillment and joy independent of their manipulative influence. The fifth crucial strategy revolves around self-nurturing. The journey you've undertaken has been fraught with deception, betrayal, and manipulation. While it's natural to feel hurt and enraged, it's vital not to allow these negative emotions to engulf your essence. Prioritizing self-nurturing becomes a pivotal step in eliciting remorse within a narcissist for their transgressions. Sustaining a positive outlook amidst the mistreatment inflicted by a narcissist may seem daunting, yet it's entirely achievable. One of the foremost actions required involves caring for yourself. This entails fueling your body with nourishing foods, engaging in regular physical activity, and ensuring ample rest. Indulge in activities that bring you genuine pleasure, whether it's indulging in a massage or taking tranquil strolls in nature. Surround yourself with supportive loved ones who genuinely prioritize your well-being. By immersing yourself in endeavors that ignite joy and cultivate your physical and mental well-being, the manipulation tactics of narcissists gradually lose their potency. By placing your own needs at the forefront and nurturing your overall health, you shatter their control and reclaim your inner strength. Now on to the sixth strategy. Never apologize to a narcissist again. Masters of manipulation, narcissists excel in inducing guilt and convincing you that you're at fault. If you've ever offered an apology to a narcissist, you're familiar with their uncanny knack for twisting your words and warping reality, leaving you doubting your own value. Yet, it's crucial to realize that narcissists aren't the victims here. They're the perpetrators of harm, and they must be held responsible for their actions. Resist the urge to apologize or justify yourself when they attempt to undermine your worth. Apologizing for actions that warrant no remorse or failing to assert yourself in the face of mistreatment relinquishes control over your life, allowing them to perpetuate their dominance. Moving on to number 7, embrace silence and disregard their existence. The most potent tool for making a narcissist rue their actions towards you is to give them the silent treatment and ignore their very existence. If you find their presence unbearable, create distance. Use that time to tend to your own needs, cultivate deeper connections with supportive friends and caring family. Surrounding yourself with individuals who uplift and encourage you is paramount, while steering clear of those who breed negativity. As the narcissist perceives your indifference to their manipulations, they'll grapple with the realization of their own mistakes and the emptiness they now face without you. This inner turmoil will torment them, possibly prompting them to seek your forgiveness sooner than expected. Moving on to number 8. Cultivate unyielding strength and laser-focused determination to elicit remorse from a narcissist. Upholding emotional fortitude becomes essential, even when their actions provoke anger or sorrow within you. Revealing vulnerability to a narcissist only provides them with ammunition for further exploitation. Instead, Redirect your energy towards pursuits that ignite joy and personal advancement. Narcissists crave dominance and control. Deny them these cravings. Shift your focus away from their toxic influence, dedicating yourself to constructing a life that reflects your authentic self. Number 9. Refrain from showering them with praise and compliments, exposing their flaws and missteps instead. Flattery nourishes the narcissist's ego and validates their behavior. To incite remorse within them, deprive them of this validation. Avoid bolstering their ego with compliments. Instead, highlight and accentuate their weaknesses and mistakes. This uncomfortable truth will sow seeds of insecurity, making their presence around you uneasy. If they persist in their manipulative maneuvers, stand firm in your convictions. Break free from their grasp by refusing to let their influence dictate your self-worth. 10th on our list, defy their expectations and push back against their demands. Narcissists thrive on manipulation and control, exerting relentless pressure to shape you according to their desires. When faced with a narcissist's relentless pursuit, where refusal seems impossible, stand firm and unyielding. Reject their attempts to force you into compliance. Hold your ground with conviction, refusing to grant them authority over your decisions. If you're caught in a situation where someone incessantly demands something you cannot provide, handle it gracefully by firmly and politely expressing your lack of interest. Stay steadfast in your stance, resisting their pleas. Establishing healthy boundaries is an act of self-preservation that benefits both parties. Clearly communicate these boundaries, emphasizing their importance for your personal growth and well-being. If the other person refuses to respect your boundaries, it's completely acceptable to end the conversation and remove yourself from the situation. You don't owe them any justification or explanation for your decision. By standing strong in your refusal to comply with their demands and expectations, you have the power to make them regret their harmful behavior. Remember, nobody should endure abuse or mistreatment, and if you find yourself in such circumstances, it's crucial to hold on to hope and seek healthier alternatives. By embracing these empowering strategies, you can prompt a narcissist to feel remorse for their actions towards you. Take control of your life and prioritize your own well-being above all else. Don't allow them to re-enter your life and cause further harm. If you found this video insightful, we would greatly appreciate your comment below and encourage you to consider subscribing to our channel, as it greatly supports us in providing valuable content.